Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Beanie 101 and I'm back with some more Vegas Golden Knights GM mode. We have finished year one. We missed the playoffs, but actually we did okay in the entry draft. We traded away our first line center, Shipachev, at the draft and used that to fill out our ranks. We're now at the point where we're going to go through the re-sign phase and then enter free agency. So let's get to it. As always, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button. It helps other people find my stuff. And always consider sharing this stuff with your friends. There's links to my channel, there's links to other playlists in the description below. So if you want to check out some more of my stuff, you are more than welcome to do that as well. So who do we have as restricted and unrestricted free agents? Let's go to RFAs. So we've got Blandisi, Hiker, Cadiles, Coca, Leah, Merrill, Morrow, and Theodore. Interestingly, Theodore looks like he's jumped up to an 81 overall, which is pretty tidy, and he's got a wicked wrist shot. Wrist shot accuracy all the way up to 84. Offensive awareness is up to 85. Pretty good. So Theodore, we definitely want to qualify him. I'm just going to qualify RFAs first, who I want to keep. Hiker can probably disappear. He's not going to do much for me. Cadiles, I can qualify him. Blandisi had an okay season. Let's qualify him just to fill out my AHL lineup. Coca can be qualified as well. Merrill, definitely want to qualify him. Is that everybody? I mean, most of these guys are playing in my AHL team, so maybe if I want another good year in the AHL, I want to do this as I want to qualify all of them. And Joe Morrow, let's qualify him for the time being. And let's work out who we definitely want to sign. So we have 21 million in cap space, plenty. So let's start with Shea Theodore. How much does he want to stay with the team? 2 years at 1.8 million. That is pretty good. If I jump up to 3 or 4 years, or 6 years, 8 years he wants 5.2. So it looks like there's a big jump after between 2 and 3 years. I'm probably going to have to pay him that amount anyway. You know what? If I can get him for 3 years at 2.8, let's see if I can get him for a little less than that. Let's see if I can get him 3 years at 2.6 million. Merrill, I probably want to keep around for another year. He wants 4.2 for 3 years. That's quite a lot, mate. Can I get you down to 3.8? Let's try that. I can always trade someone like Merrill away. He's listed as a medium top 4 D-man, so he's going to be quite handy. Blandisi is bottom 6 player. Cadiles is bottom 9. So hopefully they're not going to want too much. 830k, I can do that in fact. This gives him 1 year at 8.25. Blandisi, you can go 825 for 2 years. That's fine. That's not going to break the bank at all. Leah, he wants a little bit more. He wants 1 million. Now, is he considerably better than the other two? He's a year older, which might be why, and that's why he wants 2 years. Let's try Coca. He wants 750, so let's knock that down. So RFAs are nearly all done. Joe Morrow might want a little bit more. See, he wants 1.6. I think I can afford to get rid of Joe Morrow. I mean, I've already tendered him, so maybe I can trade him away. Leah's probably going to be on my AHL team anyway, so probably not too much of a problem. So those are the RFAs all done. In terms of UFAs, who do I want to keep around and who do I want to get rid of? So Boomer was on our AHL team for the majority of last year. Beagle was our fourth line center. Grabowski was on a horrible contract, but he's more than serviceable going up and down the lineup. If he wants to test free agency, what does he want now? He only wants 1.6 million. So actually, having Grabowski around isn't a terrible thing. Riley Sheehan has dropped down to an 89 overall. How much does he want? He wants 2 point something million. Sheehan's the only one that wants to sign back with me. I'm going to try my damnedest to side J Beagle because I think as a fourth line center, he did very, very well. So let's try and sign Jay Beagle. Tom Hickey, he should have been so much better this year than he was last year. He's really, really disappointed me just with his durability and the fact that he was injured for so much last year. He only managed 53 games and only managed 9 points. And to be perfectly honest, he's never ever set the world on fire. 26 points is, decent, but for someone who's supposed to be a top 4 D-man, I think we can maybe get rid of Tom Hickey and have Shea Theodore in defense. Perron, I do want some veteran leadership in the team, so Perron would still be a pretty good player to have around. Marchessault would also be a good player to have around, but I really don't think that Marchessault is going to want to sign with me. 4.2 million. How much? It's hard to work out how much space I've got left. Boomer doesn't want to sign with me. He had a good year in the AHL last year. 42 points in 82 games, 88 penalty minutes. He took a lot of pens. Discipline 70. He's a bit of a physical specimen. Let's see if we can sign Sheehan to a contract. Let's just give you slightly above what you're asking for, 2.2. Perron, how much are you going to want? You're going to want 4 million for 3 years. I might give you to the trade deadline and then trade you away. Let's give you 4.3 million. And Marchessault, he wants. Let's give you a shout as well. So really, Grabowski. Let's release Grabowski. Let's release Boomer. Done. So we have sorted out all of the contracts that we want to offer. Oh, hang on a minute. Did we do goalies? Whew. We've got 2 goalies that are UFAs. Hutchinson was great as a backup role, so I almost certainly want him to continue. He's 28, so oh wow, he doesn't even want much more. I mean, he could be my backup forever more. I mean, at 1.65 million for 5 years, that would be beautiful. Hammond, we actually had as our AHL goaltender for a lot of the year, and then had to bring him up when Fleury got injured. So ideally, we were much better in the AHL with Hammond around. He's 30 years old now. Does he want much money? He doesn't. I'm fine offering him another contract. He's more than capable as an AHL goalie. So let's give him 1 more year. And now we are done. So we're going to advance today and see who signs. Hutchinson accepts. Sheehan accepts. Marchessault rejects. He wants to test the free market. Blandisi accepts. Merrill accepts. Perron accepts. Beagle rejected. Hammond rejected. Theodore's in. Leah's in. Cadiles is in. Coco is in. Not bad. So what I want to do now is just double check, give a very, very sort of brief overview of what my team is probably going to look like next year. Carlson and Strome, Bellemare and Sheehan, and maybe Beagle. I mean, maybe we could get rid of Beagle. Beagle is good in the face-off dot, though. That's the only problem. He's got 85 for face-offs, which is fantastic. Bellemare, although there were a lot of interested parties in Bellemare this year, he's only got 77 in face-offs. So I'm still tempted to give Beagle another contract, and maybe have one of Carlson or Strome as wingers rather than centres. That does mean that Sheehan is probably going to be playing as a second line. Yeah, he really is a third liner. I might need another centre. Moving on to left wingers, we don't have a lot in left wing, which is why we definitely wanted to bring Perron back. We've got Gauntz and Cadiles, neither of which are really likely to be ready for the NHL this year. Cadiles is now listed as a fourth line forward. Gauntz is also a fourth line forward, so they could do a job in our bottom six. Lear is a minor league checking forward. Dalacole might still need another year in the AHL. Maybe we bring him up, stick him on the third line. Actually, his shooting attributes are not too bad. It might be a sink or swim year for Dalacole. And right wing, we've got Reinhardt, Riley Smith. Nastrazil had a great year last year and more than happy to keep him around for another couple of years. McGinn is someone that we might look to trade away because Alex Took has gone up to a 78 overall, and he's actually, in terms of, he's very, very similar to McGinn in many ways. McGinn is maybe a bit better offensively and defensively, but Alex Took is much better on his skates, and he's got a better shot. So Took could find his way on our third line this year. In D, we have very little problems from what I can tell. Goligoski, Harmonic, Bogosian, Merrill, Theodore, and then we've got Alexiak and Schmidt to round out our D core. I think Schmidt will definitely spend time in the NHL this year. Morrow, we've qualified, but not really too fussed if he doesn't. He wants an extension. He wanted a lot of money, didn't he? 1.6 million. Let's see if he'll take 1.45. I mean, that's still going to be the cheapest D-man on the team by quite a distance, and he's 77 overall, so can certainly do a job. And then in goal, we've got Fleury and we've got Hutchinson, Hammond, and Hammond didn't want a contract, so let's give him a little bit more. See if he signs for 1.35. So at centre we're looking okay. At wing we're not looking great. So if we can find a decent left winger, at least maybe two decent wingers in free agency, we've got 10 million of cap space left. Is there any way that we can? We've got far too many players up at the moment. That's for sure. We can send a load of players down, like Duke, Glass, Steenberg. Like all of these guys are going to go down to the AHL team. All right. Marchessault rejected. Beagle accepted. Hammond accepted. Okay. Right, so let's sim to free agency. He's updated our trade block. I hope he hasn't put anyone on it. Oh, just some late round picks. That's fine. So here we see our free agent pool. We've got Marchessault that's actually way up there in terms of overall. I think in terms of pure shooters, Marchessault's up there. We've got Rick Nash on there. You've got Cam Atkinson and Hornqvist. Maybe Patrick Hornqvist is the type of player that we need. He's actually a better shot than Marchessault was. Yes, we are going to be paying more for him. How much salary do we have? We've got 8 million cap space. And really, all that we need is a couple of wingers. He wants 4 years at 6 million. That's a lot. Perhaps Mikko Koivu is a player that we can get. 35 years old, and he's coming towards the back end of his career. But you know what? He's better than any centre that we've got. He wants 2 years at 5.7. So in terms of players that we want to go for, then maybe, just maybe, Patrick Marleau will give us some experience that we are sorely lacking. And then I think we probably want to go for one of Hornqvist, Atkinson, Turris, Koivu, and Little. Little is going to be the cheapest, so maybe, I mean, maybe Rick Nash. Rick Nash has really come down a peg or two. I think Marleau is actually a better option for... What does he want? He wants 2 years, 3.475 million. There's no other teams interested, so if we give him 3.6, let's give him 3.65 and see what he says. No one's interested in Koivu either at this moment in time, and equally no one's really interested in Hornqvist. I think Hornqvist might put us into some cap bother, but we can easily trade somebody away to make space for that. That would give us with Perron, Hornqvist, Marleau, Reinstrom. Yeah, we definitely need that help on wing. His offensive awareness is 87. Atkinson is 88. Turris is 89. Koivu 87. Little 88. Maybe Little might be a good option. I can always pay Little out on the wing. There's one other team that's interested. Let's give him 5.7 and for 3 years and see what he says to that. So we're going to advance today and see how many of these players are going to potentially sign for us. Why is no one coming up? Oh dear. Brian Little was rejected, but he does say that he may want more money. Marleau is also rejected. And I did offer a small contract to Samuelson just to round out my AHL team. So we're going to have some holes in our lineup massively if we don't sign a couple of these players. So we originally offered him 5.7. So is 5.9 going to do the job? And likewise Marleau. There is now, let's see, there's still no one interested in, there's one other team interested in Marleau. Let's give him 3.9. Marleau is accepted. Excellent. He's decided to go with another team. That is a shame. So we still have some players around. We've got Koivu, who wants 5.6. Maybe someone like Radim Vibata might be a good option. 3.3. Vancouver and Detroit are also interested in Vibata. Let's give him 3.8 and see what he comes back with. Vibata is signed. Okay. So, I think we're there or thereabouts. I don't think I want to sign anyone else, so let's sim to the next season. We can always fill out our AHL team with a couple of extra signings later on. We do still have an RFA in Joe Morrow, so interestingly his contract demands have gone down quite significantly, seeing as no one actually wanted him in free agency. So he was originally wanting 1.6 million. So we've held out a little bit and we should be able to get him cheaper. He'll still end up being one of the cheapest D-men that we have. Go on, accept, Joe. Ha! So in the end he accepted a deal of 1.375 million. kept plenty of the team happy. It seems like plenty of people like Joe Morrow around. So let's see what, if I go to edit lines, if I go to options and best lines, what does it actually give me? So first up, we have Ryan Strome, who is now 84 overall. 88 defensive awareness. He is almost certainly going to be our first line centre for this year. We've got Reinhardt flanking him, and Verbata as a trigger man. Not bad. Perron, Carlson, and Marlowe is a better second line than what I think we had last year. Took, Shahan, and Smith is going to be two physical guys. And then Riley Smith as a sniper, that could be good as well. Nastrazil has more than earned his call up into the main lineup. Beagle and McGinn, yeah, I'm okay with that. It looks like Shea Theodore is now an 82 overall. He's got 86 offensive awareness, so I'm expecting big things from him this year. Compared to Goligoski, he hasn't got the passing and the hands, so he's definitely a trigger man, and you can definitely see that from his stats last year. He had 23 goals, 6 assists. He's going to be the one shooting the puck. And on defense, we have Hamonic and Theodore as our top two. I'm not sure quite how much I like that. Theodore's defensive awareness has gone up quite a bit, but whether he's ready for first line minutes, I don't know. I'm tempted to maybe even stick Bogosian up there. Oh no, Bogosian's dropped back quite considerably. Nate Schmidt is going to be the one player that is scratched for us at the moment. And in fact, let's have a look at our scratch players in general. Bellemare and Schmidt. Not bad. I'm okay with that. Both of those will see significant time in the lineup this year. In terms of goalies, we've got Hutchinson and we've got Fleury. Those are the only two, so it looks like Hammond has been sent straight back down to the AHL. If we look at our AHL team, Dal Cole has gone up to a 77 overall, which is pretty good. So we've got Reed Duke, 76, Dal Cole, 77, Gaunce, Cadiles, Gervais, and Blandisi. I actually think Cadiles has some decent... Oh, God. The search for players has gone funky. So Cadiles actually has 80 for face-off, so I'm tempted to swap him up like this. Rask, one of our... brand new players, our second round pick from the draft this year is going to be on our fourth line. That suggests to me that we just may need to sign the odd player or so. Are we short? We look like we're short maybe a couple of AHL players. Defense should be good. So we've got Joe Morrow, Coca, Liljegren, Vaughan, Faber, and Loney, who's actually a two-way forward. So we're short of D-men. We may be able to fix that. Set captains. Who's going to be captain for this year? At the moment, we've got Bogosian as captain. And then Marlowe and Perron as assistants. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So I am going to offer 3 people contracts just to fill out my AHL team. We've got Komashuk, Tyrati, and Valinsky. They all have the potential to make my NHL team and fill out my bottom 6, but they will also keep my AHL team very competitive. I might need another D-man for my AHL team. So let's go to... no, hang on. Let's go to defenseman. Oh, we've got Frankie Corrado here. And Seelov, he's only 24, so let's offer him a contract. Job done. just want to see if these players will sign for me. Silov signed, Tyrati signed, and Komashuk signed, and Valinsky signed. Brilliant. And there we have it. Next time around, we are going to go through pre-season. We hope that we're going to have a better year this year than last year. The team is younger and has also come on another year in their development. We've got Strome and Reinhardt, who we didn't have last year. They are only going to get better. Strome is 25, Reinhardt is 22. Vabata's there to help them out for the time being. But we've got Marlowe, Carlson, and Perron on the second line. That is a good, responsible second line that should put up some points. Riley Smith has not really developed too much, so I'm definitely going to want to make sure that he's got power play time. He's on that second power play unit, so hopefully he can get some points there. Alex Took has done well so far, so let's hope that can continue, and our fourth line is looking pretty good as well. On defense, we've took a little bit of a hit. Theodore and Hamonic are going to be our first choice. I'm not sure whether they're going to be quite good enough, but you never know. The good thing is we've still got Marc-Andre Fleury in net, and he's still an 87 overall, so we've got an elite goalie to help us out. Let me know what you think about free agency. Are there any missteps that I've made? Is there anyone else you would have signed instead? Are there some people that you would consider us trading away early doors so that we can get some assets for the upcoming season? But yeah, thanks for watching. I've been the Beanie 101. Check out my channel. Don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you again next time.